Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Good. Okay. Been a busy morning. Oh, language interpretation. Here we go. Okay. Another chilly day here in sunny southern Arizona. What temperature is it? Only 46 outside. That's cold. Okay, let's get started. Mike, would you want to offer the mandala for us?
Sure, thanks. Sashi Puki Jukshin Metok Chom Rirabling Shi Ninde Gampadi Sange Shingdu Mikte Wargi Drokun Namdak Shingla Drupar Shok Idam Guru Radna Mandala Kam Niriyatayami.
I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration, wisdom, may I attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, patience with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration, wisdom, may I attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, compassion, knowledge, and strength, the Dharma, the enlightened side of truth, and the Sangha, the community of realized beings. From the virtuous merit I create, from the practice of giving with the understanding of emptiness, moral discipline with the understanding of emptiness, joyous effort with the understanding of emptiness, concentration and wisdom, may I attain the state of a Buddha for the benefit of all living beings. Okay, let's get started with some rejoicing. That's always a nice way to start the day. Let's see, Katerina, what do you have to rejoice about?
Добрый день всем, Светлана. Can you help me?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Я радуюсь тому, что
I'm rejoicing
сейчас, когда
that now that children are grown up, they have some questions about sufferings, about knowledge, about school knowledge, and I understand that I can talk with them, not just. I don't remember what my parents told me. So they told like something like, it must be done and do it. But why it should be done? Why? Okay, they're telling this. Okay. So it was difficult for me with my parents. There were some and there are some debates, and there is something that I can be based on to talk with them and to be in their field to understand what they are meaning by that. I happy that I have knowledge that is helping me.
Very good. I'm glad. It's an interesting comparison between years ago and now. So good. That's huge. Excellent. Okay, Anna, what do you have to rejoice about?
Thank you, Venerable Sumati. Thank you, everyone, for possibility to be here with you and to study all this wisdom with you together. About my rejoicing, oh, I have maybe it's the first time I'm looking for a new job right now, and maybe it's the first time in my life when I'm not very nervous or want to run to any job what I can reach for now. I just trust my seeds and looking for the best variant for me. Maybe it's my time when I start to understand this meaning of diamond deal. Thank you very much.
Well, good luck. And yeah, the diamond deal is something to keep in mind with all your decisions. Katya, are you okay? You look upset. You're not upset. Okay. So, what do you have to rejoice in?
I want to rejoice in Sveltana's Claire generosity, because in July she gave to Sheila and me some oils for muscles, for the muscles, and I have I have started hurting my tendon, so I start using it and it feels better. So I'm really grateful with Sveltana's present. And I know that that is the how, and the why is that I'm planting seeds of not hurting others.
Very good. The how and the why, a very important point in all our practice that we should be thinking about every day. So very good. Well, I'm glad that that's working for you. And to keep it working for you, you need to help others be cured of their different problems. So very good. Very good. Okay, Mike, what's up with the candle maker?
Well, I want to rejoice in a successful retreat, or a great retreat with two great lamas in the forest of Mexico. And I got back, and a couple days after I got back, someone ordered a very big order. So that's the candle making is going very well.
Excellent.
I wanted to rejoice about the retreat. And I've never spent that much time kind of like honing, dialing in my meditation practice. And I can I'm like experiencing the benefits of it now that I'm back from retreat, and I'm seeing one of the things in ACI 3 was like what gets you to meditate is you know what the benefits of meditation are. And I feel like I'm like experiencing them after the retreat, which is inspiring me to meditate more. And my meditation practices has been more consistent and deeper since I've gotten back from the retreat. So thank you for that. And the how, Kasha, thank you for reminding me. The how is that I used to help people. I used to run a meditation AA support recovery group where we hosted meditation. So I was teaching people how to meditate, and now I was taught how to meditate. So thank you.
Okay, I would say that's more the why, not the how, but because the why you're meditating better is, well, it's a little bit of both. That's actually a good example of both. The why you're meditating better is because of the course, and the why you're meditating better could also be seen as because you've helped others. So interesting. interesting mixture. But I'm glad that's working for you. It was quite a retreat. My wife is a lovely teacher, and she did a wonderful job. So good. And that was a wonderful setting. I rejoice on the food. That was remarkable. We were exposed to, I don't know, there was no Western cooking in that recipe. Well, what I call American cooking. It was all Mexican. And what was the mole? The mole sauce was extraordinary. Really lucky we had some wonderful chefs. Okay. Svetlana, what do you have to rejoice in?
Hello, Venerable Sumati. Hello, everyone. I'd like to rejoice in trying to using our teachings. Like yesterday, I was tired. I didn't want to do anything during my job time, and I was tired of multitasking and etc. And had a bad mood. And understanding that I need to take care of others, I approached my boss and asked him, how can I help you? So instead of waiting time not to do more tasks, I initiated process, how can I help? And he answered like, nothing important, but I told that there is some task that should be done. And he told, oh, yes, exactly. So, and like today we were doing this task. So I'm rejoicing that we can use this wisdom to move ourselves from our negative emotions and trying to do better for other people and dedicate these seeds that we can be successful in our service to others.
Excellent. My wife always puts it this way. I don't want to do it, which is why I should do it. So you don't want to put the dishes away right now, but if I put them away now, then when she wants to do the dishes, she can, instead of saying that Sumati, he hasn't emptied the dishwasher yet. So I cook and empty the dishwasher. She does the dishes. But there have been days where she won't empty the dishwasher. It'll just sit there. So that's my chance to do the same thing. I say, well, I've got something else I want to do, but I will do this now because that's going to help her. And whether I like doing it right now or not, it's not important. Then I realize it's by the joy of doing it for her now is what's going to bring me the karma to ripen in the future. So excellent. Okay, Daria, you're up.
Good morning, Venerable Sumati. I rejoice. First, I can help my colleagues with video. I work in hospital, day hospital, and in our building, a state two hospital, day hospital, and yesterday, one day hospital moved to another building. And yesterday they celebrate this the move and gave the gift to each other and did some video and photo. And my boss asked me did video, a short video, and do it for one evening, only one evening. In past, I always annoyed and complained, oh my God, I can't. What she said, she's devil. But now it's, okay, stop. You can do. It's angel ask you. You can. And I did, and she stood today in the morning, she said me, oh, all people was happy. I'm thank you for your work. You're a talent person. No, it's not me. It's your talent, your boss. And I'm rejoiced. I'm not complain.
Good. Very good. Can you send me the video? How long is the video?
It's 50 seconds.
Yeah,
I send.
can you send it to me? I'd be curious to see.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's a song in Russian, but it's
Well, that's all right. It's the visual I'm interested in.
okay.
Very good. Well, that's great. That's a great rejoicing. That's what it's all about. And now, because you made her happy, you're setting the seeds to be happy, to have bosses be happy with your work in the future. So that's really good.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I every day do meditation for peace and energy meditation for peace for my colleagues, for boss, for all the world. And I seeds grow. It's very interesting.
Well, we should all be praying for meditating peaceful
Yeah.
conditions restored to the world, especially in, well, the wars and then the peaceful conditions in each country, whether it be wars or politics. So, Yevgeny, what do you have to rejoice in?
Evgeny told that he's just recording today.
Oh, okay. I've got to put a sweatshirt on, so just hang on for a minute. It's- For some reason, my wife's decided we should be freezing in our house, but I've been told not to touch the thermostat, so I won't. Okay, so here we are in class. We're going to discuss the ceremony for taking the Bodhisattva vows. How many of you already have the vows? Mike, you have the vows, correct? Okay. Um, well, we're going to go over well, that's good. I'm glad to see so many people with the Bodhisattva vows. Now the question is, are you keeping them? Well, I joined the club. I'm not perfect at it either. Okay, so we need to discuss our level of bodhicitta in greater detail. Who can give me the two divisions of bodhicitta? Go ahead, Katerina, turn your mic on.
In our mind, our thoughts and actions.
Right. Wish, in the form of the wish, in the form of action. The wish is probably something you've had on and off for years. Well, every time you want somebody to be happy, but other than yourself. And then it extends past your family and friends into the world in general. And you wish you could help everyone. Then you decide to take the vows and you commit to becoming what's called a bodhisattva. And you are actually actively engaged, using the six perfections and the four immeasurables as your tools to um, develop your bodhicitta and hopefully set the seeds to become totally enlightened even in this lifetime. So, how do we treat we're getting to that. We'll do that now. So there are two ways to develop bodhicitta. Who can tell me the two ways? Go ahead, Svetlana.
Exchanging ourselves with others, and 7 parts developing bodhicitta.
Right.
7 steps. Okay.
Good. Can you take us through the 7 steps?
Yeah, the 0 is understand that every living beings are equal. So equanimity. The first one, every living being has been our mothers countless times. The second one, they gave us profound kindness. So the third one, we should repay this kindness, otherwise it would be like a debt. So we should repay them this kindness. The fourth one, we are loving them like our only child. Every living being we are loving as our the one and only child. The fifth one, we don't want any suffering for them. We are feeling compassion to them. The sixth one, we are taking personal responsibility for their happiness. It's like Laksamnam Dak. And the seventh one, we want to get enlightened to serve them in the ultimate way.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, how many of you have done the death meditation? Okay, there's a part of the death meditation that I want to use for the exchanging self and others. So this is a contemplation. So just close your eyes and I'll lead you through what comes out of death meditation. You find yourself standing in front of a yellow door which opens to the left. It has a brass doorknob. You open the door and find yourself in a small restaurant. You walk up to the maitre d' who recognizes you and immediately takes you into one of several small rooms adjoining the main room. These rooms are linked together with openings but no doors. A young lady is reading a book in a reading chair against the far wall in the first room you enter. When you enter, she gets up and you both simultaneously go to the dining table, which is in the middle of the room. It's a beautiful teak table that has a blue tablecloth and is set for 2. Next to it is a large ornate serving cart with chafing dishes, keeping warm several main meals, which is a tradition in this restaurant. You order a complete main meal. You don't order a la carte. Next to the cart are several different drinks. Next to the meal in the cart are several different drinks. After you both take your napkins and lay them on your laps, she turns to look at the serving tray and you focus your attention on her and what she is intently looking at. You then take that plate of quinoa and lentils mixed with roasted green chilies and sliced olives, seasoned with caramelized onions and curry, that she's looking at, and you place it in front of her. This is the metaphor of physical level of serving others. You look again at her eyes and see that which drink she wants, and you hand her a glass of lemon with no ice on the cart that she turned her eyes to. This represents serving their emotional needs. To complete her meal, she looks at the dessert selection, and again you watch and notice a piece of chocolate swirl cheesecake she's focused her attention on. This represents her spiritual needs. This is the first level of bodhicitta. You get up and go to the next room. There's another table, again set for 2. Another person in the serving cart. This time you ask the person to sit in your spot and you sit in theirs. As they think about dinner, beverage, and dessert, they are you and you get it for them because you are thinking the same thing. Here you're trying to think like they do, acting out of awareness for others' needs. And the key is others' needs. You're not thinking about what you want. You're thinking, or what you hope they want. You're thinking about what you know that they, from observing them, you know what they need and want, and you get it for them. The distinction between you and them is still there, but it's fading as you try hard to anticipate their needs as much as you concern yourself about your own needs. This represents the second level of bodhicitta. You get up one more time and move to one more oval room. Large. In the center is a small cafe table and two chairs, with a person seated in one of them. A nice cake is on the table between you. On the table is a ball of red string, and you pick it up and unroll it, laying it in a circle counterclockwise around the table, encompassing the table and the chairs, and you tie the two ends together. You make a deliberate motion of stepping inside the circle. Stepping inside the circle is the final breaking down of the distinction between yourself and the other person. You recall that if we see others suffering, it's our karma ripening due to our mental afflictions. You sit down, and magically you both pick up your forks, and mirroring each other's movements, you magically take the same piece of cake. You both eat it at the same time. This represents that it is incomplete to make efforts of our own happiness when billions of people are equally wanting to be free from suffering. Now, the exchanging self and others can be a difficult concept or thing to try and carry out. We had a friend, Sarani was at a theosophy meeting, and they asked her to do a little teaching. So she taught this idea of exchanging self and others. And one of the ladies, a very, very nice lady, very devoted to the theosophical way of life, just got really agitated when Sarani said, imagine someone with cancer and you're taking the cancer on your breath, which is another way of doing this. And this lady got very upset because she didn't want to take the cancer. She didn't want to get the cancer this other person had. And Sarani explained that you're doing it metaphorically. You can't take the other person's cancer away from them, but you can try and feel their pain and what they need. And this lady never really got it. But this is an illustration of being very careful when you teach something like this, to emphasize the fact that you're trying to sensitize yourself or the other person to their other person's needs and not just blow it off. So I think something in this country, I know I've seen, and I've been at fault until I started suffering from Parkinson's. When you ask somebody how they are, listen to what they say instead of, oh, how are you? Oh, you're fine, and move on to something else. Now, I don't usually do much more than say I'm okay, all things considered. Because if I say, well, I didn't have a very good day, then they ask about the day, and I don't necessarily want to describe why my day was lousy. But listen, if you ask the question, how are you today? really stop and listen to what they have to say, and then see if you can do anything to help instead of how are you and let's move on to something that, something what we came here to do. I think if you stop and think about it, and the next time you ask somebody how they're feeling, or if somebody asks you, so what should you do? Should you say, well, my Achilles tendon hurts, or I've got muscular pain, or I've got Parkinson's? I don't know. If you're going to, from the other side, if you're going to ask the question, be willing to listen. So if someone asks you the question, you have to decide quickly whether they're seriously interested in how you feel or they're just being polite. And if they're just being polite, that's karma ripening from your having just been polite and not really listening to what they have to say. So I just admonish you to, if you're going to ask somebody how they feel, be sympathetic. And if there's someone asks you, then what I say now is, well, all things considered, I feel pretty good. I had a slow morning, or my balance was off this morning. It's usually when they ask, nowadays, for me, when people ask how I am, they really want to know how I feel and how I'm doing with my disease. So I don't launch into a 20-minute discussion on how my physical therapy went, but I'll say something that'll be encouraging to them. And because I don't want to burden them with a complaint about how I feel. That's not that's not how I operate. Okay. So we cultivate this bodhicitta in the form of action by remembering all the suffering we see is due to the projection of our past deeds. So if we help others, work hard, help others, dedicate that goodness, we'll eventually see our will become pure. Actually doing something about it is the important thing. If you really want to make progress, you have to the wishing bodhicitta is great. And if more of the world had wishing bodhicitta, we'd be in much better shape. But the action bodhicitta, becoming a bodhisattva, is where you really get a chance to alter your world. Now, I've got a difficult task in front of me coming up. One of my students has a friend who's got Parkinson's, and the medication's not working for him, but he doesn't understand or believe in the seed system or Buddhism. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to talk with him and hopefully cheer him up or give him something to look forward to in the future. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask my lovely wife. She's better at this than I am. So once you're convinced that bodhisattva, you want to become a bodhisattva, you want the action form of bodhicitta, then we need to take the bodhisattva vows. So how do we take the vows? There has been a debate in the past on how to give the vows. Earlier commentaries said to give the vow in two ceremonies, the wish first and get used to the idea, and then take the action form. Tsongkhapa said it's better to have this one ceremony to swear to treat all others like our own child, and later do it again, vowing to uphold the specific vows. Nowadays, the Bodhisattva vow ceremony incorporates both, and that's how I was taught how to do it with Geshe, giving lifetime layperson vows and then the Bodhisattva vows. We had the privilege of giving the first Bodhisattva vow ceremony at Diamond Mountain with Geshe and Lama Christie in the audience. We had some students that wanted it, and we asked Geshe to do it, and he said, "No, you guys do it." So we had the opportunity to do that. It was quite extraordinary. So you must take refuge before the lifetime layperson vows can be given, and you must take lifetime layperson vows before you can do the Bodhisattva ceremony. You all have lifetime layperson vows? Those of you that have the Bodhisattva vows, right? Did you take all five, or did you leave one of them out? I'm just curious. Took all five? Some students just can't let go of the alcohol aspect. I have one student that I usually only give all five. A lot of teachers let you decide which of the vows you want to take. But if you're going to take lifetime layperson vows, it seems to me you should take all five. But in this one case, one of my students has a family that she's very close to, and they have wine at dinner. And she said it would be very difficult and uncomfortable for her family if she said no to the wine. So I said it was okay not to take the wine part of the vows about not taking any alcohol, but to sip the wine and not finish a glass and have it be refilled, and dedicate that to the fact that you're helping your family, knowing that they know she's Buddhist. Instead of making a big deal about not drinking the wine, she's making it more subtle. And that's the way to get people interested in Buddhism, not by sitting at the dinner table and saying, "No, can't have any wine anymore because I'm Buddhist." That's the kind of thing that many people would say, "Well, that's foolish," and have a bad feeling about Buddhism. So I took all that into account, and it made sense to me to give her the four of the five vows, with the emphasis that she should not be drinking. I don't want to say recreationally, but going to a bar, she should just not drink. And then she can say, "No, thank you. I'll drink soft drink or sparkling water or something." So the vow ceremony, there are two parts to it. There are the preliminaries, which are more important than the main event, somewhat like meditation. So the first part, requesting the Lama for the vows, you should ask 3 times. And technically, you should ask 3 different times. You can't ask all 3 in the same half an hour. There should be very respectfully and carefully asked your teacher to get the vows. Who can take the vows? A person taking the vows can be ordained or a lay person. They should at least have the wish to benefit others, munsum, and should intend to keep the 3 moralities. So, who can tell me what the 3 moralities are? Go ahead, Katrina.
Первое, это мы должны избегать
The first, we
совершать
should avoid do bad deeds towards other people. The second, we should do more good deeds.
и
And the
третье, мы
third,
должны делать и первое,
we
и
should
второе,
do the first and the second with right motivation and understanding of emptiness.
Very good. Well, maybe you should be teaching the course. Oh, that's very good. It's easy to confuse in the source of all my good, they talk about the 3 moralities twice. And the first one's the freedom vows, and the second's the bodhisattva vows. So it can be confusing. That confused me for a long time. Then there are the 3 extraordinary trainings. Let's see, 3 extraordinary trainings. 。 renunciation, bodhicitta, and is that right? Who can give me the 3 extraordinary trainings? I'm blanking on that now. Katya, you know them. No?
I don't remember.
Mike, do you remember the 3 extraordinary trainings? Oh, come on. I should be able to do this.
Ekaterina.
Katerina, do you remember the 3 extraordinary trainings?
Я не уверена, мне кажется, это нравственность,
I'm not sure, but I
медитация.
think morality, meditation, and wisdom.
Very good. Very good. I applaud. Wow. You get an A for the day. Okay, so the person taking the vows can be, okay, we discussed that. Who can give the vows? You don't have to be ordained. We gave the vows before I got ordained. I've given the vows several times. It's best if the vow giver can also give you tantric vows. That's probably not going to happen with me. The combination of the pratimoksha vows, in this case, the lifetime layperson vows, together with the bodhisattva vows, is a very powerful combination, and you can make great progress with just these 2. The vow giver can be a man or a woman. They should also have the wish to help all sentient beings reach their enlightenment. Must be keeping their vows well, and they must not have degenerated in their practice of the 6 perfections. So, as someone getting the vows, you should spend some time to know the person who has given you the vows. They need to demonstrate in their actions that they're upholding the 6 perfections, the lifetime lay vows, and the 10 virtuous activities, etc. So, how do you prepare for the taking the vows? Person requesting should make the place beautiful with a central image of Lord Buddha with other images around him. So, since we would be doing this virtually, you have to set up an altar. Then, if we were doing this in person, you would set up a beautiful altar. The teacher, the Lama, would sit on a throne. You would bow, prostrate 3 times to them, touching their feet with your forehead. You'd make a mandala offering. You would again request the vows 3 times. Then you would kneel to receive the vows. The chicken posture, squatting or down on the right knee. Hands in a vow position. Then the Lama explains the value of receiving the vows, sort of a pep talk, why it's important to get the vows. The Lama should explain which vows are more or less serious to break, and explains the benefits of taking the vows to make the student happy. That's the first part of the 5 preliminaries. The second part is the vow taker. The third part is you request to be granted quickly. You want them granted now. And you should feel, the fourth one, you should feel joy that the vast virtue one can collect with bodhisattva activity and having taken the vows. And you should reflect on how the incredible virtue that you can now collect. Your Buddha paradise is something you and you have to create because it's not there by itself. So now you have a very powerful tool to speed up the creation process. If you don't take the vows, it doesn't mean you're a terrible person. It just means it's going to take much longer to get to your Buddha paradise. So in the 5th part of the taking the vows, The Lama asks about obstacles. Do you really want the vows? Do you understand them? Do you really want them? Do you believe you can keep them well? Now, the actual event. At the beginning of the ceremony, after you've done the prostrations and everything, the Lama asks 3 times, do you want to take the Bodhisattva vows? And you answer him 3 times, yes. Then we ask the Buddha to understand that you're swearing to Lord Buddha. You face the statue thinking that the real being is there and mentally say to them, I just want to be sure you know I'm swearing before you to become like you, to become a being who can truly help others, and I swear to keep the vows. Then you make 3 prostrations in each of the 10 directions. You know what the 10 directions are? They're the 4 north, south, east, west, then northeast, north, south, southeast, southwest. So that's 4 plus 4 is 8, and then up and down, and that's 10. Now, you can't very well do the up and down. You can do the 8 stations of the compass. Then you just do 2 more for the top and for up and down. I wonder if that's in my list of 10. Oh, I have something I need to ask everybody to do. There's been some confusion about the website, the Tibetan Book of Lists website. So I would like to ask Katya if you could take a look and make sure that the list is organized properly. And Svetlana or Katrina or Daria or Anna, if you could look at the list and make sure that there's a list of 1 button, does have a list of 1, etc. And please let me know if if it isn't right. It seems like perhaps it's been corrupted because I inputted the German answers and the lists and it got all messed up. So Mike, if you could do me a favor of taking a look at the English version, I'd appreciate it. Yours is all German? Your English is all German? I just corrected that. Well, let's find out about Spanish and Russian, because if those messed up, I'm not sure what's going on. I've been trying to get a hold of the webmaster to help me fix it, because I don't want to just get in there and start messing with stuff. So hopefully she'll get back to me shortly. Thank you, Mike, for letting me know that. That's disturbing. I may have caused a problem because I may have overloaded something on top of another file. But usually if that's the case, if you load, well, I must have messed it up. Well, Mike, how much do you know about, or does any of you know much about website design? No? Okay. Well, I'll deal with that after class. But if you'll check the Russian and Spanish, I'd really appreciate it. So you make the 3 prostrations in each of the 10 directions. Then we talk about the benefits of the vows. Then you do a Thanksgiving offering. And the vow giver makes sure you don't advertise to those with no faith. They may not understand faith. You may not understand, thus disrespect them and reap very bad karma. Rather, demonstrate by your deeds. Then they may ask and you can share to their level of need. So it's very important. We've talked more than once about getting mad at a bodhisattva and how you don't know if anybody's a bodhisattva, so you shouldn't get mad at anybody. Because we don't go around with a little button on our shirt that says, "Hi, I'm a bodhisattva," because that's not how we operate. What you need to do, and what I've tried to do in the past, and it's worked many times, is what Geshe Michael did with several of his devoted students at when he was working at the Diamond Company. By your actions, someone's going to want to know what's driving, why are you acting that way? And you tell them you don't say you're a bodhisattva right off the bat because they may think you're completely nuts. So you do something like what I did. When I was 14, 15 years old, I guess 16, 17 years old, learning to drive, um, I said to myself, you see anybody on the side of the road that needs help, stop and help them because that's how you're going to get help for your sisters or your mom when they need a tire changed and you're not around. So that's to me, I'm not invoking Buddhism. I'm just saying to myself or saying to someone else, this is what happened for me. It made sense to me that if I was nice, if I helped someone else with a flat tire, then I could reasonably expect someone would stop and help my lovely wife with a flat tire, or my sisters, or my mom, or my dad for that matters. And down the road, it seems to have worked. But there, I haven't invoked anything that's Buddhist or anything else. I've just shown the cause and effect without explaining it in greater detail. So the actual ceremony, one thing I didn't discuss at the beginning. If you've been to many of our retreats or teachings, we clear the room or the retreat space or hall with the Heart Sutra by circambulating, going to the left, the space and reciting the Heart Sutra. That's how we traditionally, how in our lineage, we clear obstacles like electricity not working or it being cold in the rooms or things like that. When we go to Romania and Armenia, it's going to be in the high 90s or low 100 degrees. So I don't think we're going to be too cold. Apparently in Armenia, it's a bad form to wear shorts. I didn't know that, so I'm not going to wear shorts in Armenia. Okay, I digress. Where are we now? Well, that's pretty much. Oh, the Lama has 5 specific questions which the students answer mentally. The first one, do you understand the vows? Do you understand these vows govern your behavior such that you will reach total enlightenment? Do you really intend to keep them? Do you really have bodhicitta, the wish to serve countless beings and bring them to full enlightenment? If you answer no to any of these questions mentally, then you don't take the vows and you just have a blessing. I would suggest that if you're going to set up to take the vows and we go through and teach you the vows, if you don't have any intent in following the vows, don't wait until the ceremony to make that decision. Just decide not to take the vows to the ceremony. Or you can say you want to take in the form of the wish. The vows are repeated 3 times, and the vow master snaps his or her fingers, and the vows are given. It's about 2 hours to do it. Well, that's almost a record short class. That's all I've got for class. And since you've all taken the vows, I don't know. I could give them again there's no harm in taking the Bodhisattva vows again. We'll think about it and let me know next class whether you want to. At the end of the course, we can end of the class. This class, we could give the vows again over the internet if you'd like. So let's dedicate this summary of how the vows are given. So close your eyes and feel this really strongly. This is from the Golden Harvest of Attainments, Geshe. I will free all those who have yet to be freed. I will save all those who have yet to be saved. I will comfort those with no comfort, and I will deliver all beings to the place beyond grief. In all my lives, may I never live apart from my perfect lamas. May I bask in the glory of the Dharma. May I fulfill perfectly every good quality of every level and path and reach them quickly, the place where I become myself the keeper of the diamond. Okay. Meditate on what it would be like to take the vows, or do your meditation between now and Tuesday on remembering what it was like to take the vows, where you were, who gave them to you, as a way to maybe reinvigorate keeping your vows. Okay, I'll give them again. So we'll need to decide. We'll do that after the review. Okay. Any questions? This is a pretty straightforward class. Okay, one more piece of homework for you. I want you to, I often give the homework and don't ask, so I'm going to write down this one. I would like you to think hard about a how and the why situation again between now and Tuesday. Think of a situation you're in, of the how it happened and the why it happened, and then be ready to share that with us as our part of our rejoicing. So now I need to say how and why, class 4. Now I need to put that somewhere where I won't forget. Where can I put that? Oh, right. Let's see if this will work. There we go. Excellent. I can't miss it. Okay.
Lama Sumati, Spanish is working good.
Oh, good. Thank you. That makes me feel like I haven't completely messed up. Good. Okay. Good to see everybody. Take care, and we will see you Tuesday, and we'll go over the how and why examples and move along in Bodhisattva vows. Bye-bye.